All right, so I just got a call that changed how I'll do business forever. And if you can understand this lesson, you can understand how other people are successful, and then you can model it to achieve your own success. So whether you have a business, or you want to start a business, or you just want to have more success in your life in general, the lessons from this video, if you watch it, is going to change how you think about everything, and therefore the habits and the results of your life. So I got a call regarding my Audi R8. So I bought this car as my dream car almost a year ago, and the price was around 62K. With financing, that's probably going to be 70 something. And now an additional 20,000 from this call. And so we're talking about a $100,000 mistake. But when I got the call, at first I was just laughing because it's funny. There's a lot of lessons to take away from this. So let's go through it start to finish. But it's funny because I bought it as a fun toy. And that might sound weird, but if you actually do the math and you have a business, you make some money, down payment is only like 10,000. And then you pay like 700 a month. So it's actually not that much of an expense in a day-to-day or month-to-month payment. But when you start buying stuff, those liabilities end up becoming distractions from doing what matters, which is serving customers, building, creating, every day waking up, asking yourself how to move the business a little bit forward, how to improve the product. And so over the last couple of years, I've noticed this with a few things. Like if I travel too much, I know I'm distracted and I'm not focusing on the client, the customer. If I'm spending too much time with my friends and we're golfing, then we're not taking care of the business. And I'm not saying you shouldn't travel or have a nice car or golf. I'm saying if you have too much of them, because you think you made it, you think you made some money, and now you can sort of focus on having fun, while someone else is catching up to you. Someone else is taking your spot. And so what ended up being a nice little gift that I wanted to get for myself, a toy that's honestly just fun to drive, it's super fun to drive, just ended up being this headache that, if I didn't change how I think about business, could end up destroying something that I've built over the last couple of years. But if you're self-aware to where you can look at things every single day and understand what's happening, what's taking your energy, what's giving you, feeding you more energy, you can understand what actually moves the business and not just makes you wealthy, but actually sustain and keeps you there for a long period of time. So just the backstory of this. I bought the car last, I think it was July or August. I went to pick it up, we got back home, and I didn't think much of it because I thought that it had gone through the inspections, and once a year you gotta get it inspected and get the approval for the insurance and everything. I thought nothing of it because I bought it from a store, so I thought they'd probably done that. In fact, it ended up being true, they had done it, but it didn't go through, it didn't pass the test. And I didn't know. I bought the car in 5 minutes because when I know I want something, I make decisions quickly. I'm not the type of person who will think about it for 30 days, weeks, having to talk to everyone, and kind of like, I know kind of where I see I want something, whether that's investing in myself or a car or this office. It's like, I want it, how can we get it now? So I got home, didn't think much of it. A few months later, I got a letter saying like, it's suspended, you can't drive the car, it's out of traffic because it hasn't passed the test. So I'm like, well, it's already snowy, it's icy, the car is in winter storage now. So I'm already not driving it. So I'm like, okay, I'll just get it inspected when we get back in March. We bring it out. And I did bring it out, probably in April. And I'm like, okay, let's go get it inspected. Can't be that bad. They said you gotta get the tuned windows, you gotta get them fixed because it's against the law. They updated the law, and now you can't just have your windows darkened with tape. You gotta take that off. And so I said, okay, let me, outsource that. And then I'm like, okay, what else is it? Well, the planet is suffering. So you gotta fix the metrics for how much your carbon footprint is. I don't know the terms for these things, but the test they do for the gas and everything, it didn't pass. So we brought it in. I said, hey, can you fix all of this? Let me know, and maybe you can go and get it inspected and approved. And they're like, okay, let's do it. And so they called me last week and said, hey, looks like something is broken. We have to look into this even further. I'll let you know in a few days. So I'm like, okay. Kept working. Then today I got a call saying like, hey, actually, did you know that this was already broken when you bought it? Because that's why it didn't go through when they tried to inspect it last year. I'm like, okay, how much is it? They're like 18,000 to fix just those 3 catalysts. What are they called? So anyways, I'm sitting here laughing. I'm telling my wife, she's angry, she's mad. She's like, but they didn't tell you, you bought the car, you didn't know. And I'm like, look, I know, I get it. I don't know what the laws are in Finland for how to fix it, but I already learned the lesson. I learned already what to take away from this. And so I've already neutralized my reaction to this. So I already know 2 different scenarios. One is I'll be able to bring it back to the store and say, hey, look, this was already broken. In order to do that, my brain goes, what do I need? I need to get an official statement from the service company so I know how much it is exactly. I can show the company where I bought the car what the problem is. And then the second part is I need to be able to prove to them that it was broken already when I bought it. And if we can prove that, then what are the laws and the options for me to return the car? But there's always a scenario too where legally they're not required to do that. Legally, I don't have any options, and so therefore I'm screwed. I'm out 20,000 more. So I'm like, okay, what are the options? Do I want to pay that now? So pay me a salary of 20,000, then plus taxes. So do I want to put 30,000, 35 maybe into the car right now? I don't. Right? I would rather invest into the software company, Funnels.so, into hiring team members and all these things that still are expenses every month for my company. In life, you always have 2 options. Sometimes you have 3, 4, 5 options, but our minds will always tell us first to react to something and say, look, this shitty thing happened. They said this, they stabbed me in the back, or there's a rumor going around about this. In life, when things happen, you have a lot of expenses. The only thing you can do, the best thing you can do, is to make decisions from this, learn from the lessons, and make decisions accordingly. And then second is to focus on what brings revenue. Because if you bring revenue to the company, number one, you can pay for solutions for everything. But also then, in order to make money, you gotta focus on the customer. And if you always bring it back to the customer, and you're not watching Netflix all day, you're not scrolling through social media because it's not helping the customer. You're not gonna make money if you don't help the customer. So I'm like, every single day, I'm waking up, before this even, like, it's my mission is the customer. How can I help you? Oh, you need more funnel templates? That's the thing I'm gonna do. As a freelancer, an agency owner, what is it that the client needs? I'm gonna help them with that and all of it, and therefore it's high value, and I stand out from other people. I'm gonna charge high ticket for it. So same thing with this scenario. Do I want to put 30,000 and pay 20,000 to this company? It's not that I don't value the company. I just don't need the toy right now. So if I don't get to bring the car back to the store, what I'll do, I'll just leave it at home. I don't care. Yes, it's 60,000. Sure. But what's going to help me the most right now? It's not to drive around in a car. It's a toy. I don't care if I have to rest from, I was already in winter storage. So if it stands outside, it's raining, snowing for a year, I don't care, it's a toy, it's metal. It doesn't matter. Like sometimes in life, you gotta ask yourself, what is it that truly matters? A car? No, it doesn't mean anything. To you, what matters is your health, your relationships, your passion, your business, your financial, your spiritual life, and everything that you actually can control. Money comes and goes, time doesn't, mental peace doesn't. Like these are things that I protect and I have control over. All right, we got a happy ending to the story. We got the R8 back to the store. Because it didn't pass the inspection, I couldn't drive it legally. The police stopped me at 9 minutes before the store and they said, hey, our computer is showing here in the car that it's not, hasn't passed inspection. You should bring it. And I said, yeah, sorry, it's, I showed them my GPS on my phone. I said 9 minutes to the store, I'm bringing it back. And so luckily they didn't find me, but we did switch to an SQ7 V8 4-liter 400 horsepower family wagon. So not a sports car per se, but still sportsy and good for the family. So I'll show you kind of what it looks like here with a little montage, an iPhone montage. That said, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.